Republican Congressman Sean Duffy out of Wisconsin here to talk about this. Seems to be a bit of a moving target, Sean. Just cut to the chase as to what the solution for you would be as a member of Congress.
So first off, I think the president's right. One, you got to get Mexico engaged. I think a year is too long, Bill. If you're going to push Mexico, you got to set a deadline of 3, 4, 6 months. But you don't want to be in campaign season next year and threatening to shut down the border. But here's the bottom line. I mean, Democrats aren't engaging. You have Jay Johnson, the former lead of Homeland Security under Barack Obama, the former Border Patrol lead, Mark Morgan, have all come out and said, listen, this is a crisis at the southern border, though we have Democrats who aren't engaging in trying to fix the problem. Chris Cuomo from CNN, who has been a denier of a crisis at the border, has come out once he was down there and said, we have a crisis. And so I look at what the president's doing, and it has to be a full frontal attack. One, Democrats have to get engaged. The president has to push them. He has to push Mexico to do their part to secure their southern border. And now what he's done for the Central American companies, including Guatemala, is he's pulling their aid. So he's doing everything he can to protect the American people and put our country first.
On that point, I thought this was interesting. I think it slipped by a lot of commentary. He talked about Mexico having the strongest immigration laws, as strong as there is anywhere in the world. They can do what they want to do. And then he suggested they've done a great job with Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador of what it appears to sound like is shoring up their own southern border. Do you know if that is in fact the reality there?
No, I don't know. Sometimes President Trump will give people, in his language, a carrot, and then he'll swat them with his stick. We have a ton of people coming to our border, and they come through Mexico's southern border, so of course it's not secure down there. And I think what, the new policy in Mexico with their new president, giving asylum and status to Central Americans who come through Mexico, that's an incentive to leave Central America and come to Mexico, and others are coming to our southern border. So it's the policy in both countries. They're incentivizing, folks to leave the difficulty of Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, and come north for opportunity.
So much of this is an economic deal. Would you support a tariff at some point?
Listen, I would. Listen, I think we have to use every tool in our toolbox to get this right. But you know what we're doing, Bill, is we're talking about, tariffs on Mexico. This is an American issue. Democrats have to get involved. I mean, they've had control of the House for, what, 4 months now? Have you seen a border security bill come up? If they don't like President Trump and the wall or barriers, what is their plan? I mean, Beto O'Rourke, who's running for president, wants to tear down all the walls. I mean, this has become an open border party. And the way Washington works, you need compromise from both sides. So if Democrats say no, we can't get anything done. And again, I think the president has to continue to bludgeon Democrats and drive the issue that it's a crisis at the border to get them on board and shore it up. But they have no plan to secure the border, and they've controlled the House for 4 months.
Well, we may see him in a matter of moments here. Sean Duffy, thank you so much for your time. Back home in Wisconsin.
Thank you, Bill.